Right.
Oh, we're live everywhere.
Nice.
Whew, long week for me.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't know, I'm Nick,
I'm Eric.
and we're talking Interference Sports.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Here we go.
Two guys decided that we wanted to videotape ourselves talking about sports.
Two guys, one show.
Two guys, one show. If that doesn't get you giddy, I don't know what will.
It shouldn't.
Crazy week of sports. There was a lot of college basketball, but I want to make a video about the college basketball round 1 and 2, so I will do that, but I'll skim over some of the events that happened. We'll hit on a little bit of everything from NHL to some baseball, I'll just click on some headlines today because I didn't get a whole lot written down. So if you want to run through what you've gotten written down, even when it comes down to wrestling or whatever.
Sure.
Okay. So if you don't know, we have a promo code at SeatGeek.com. The promo code is GCSN. If you use that promo code when you're buying tickets at SeatGeek.com, you can get $20 off of your purchase. Go ahead and tell your friends, get your tickets there.
Oh, yeah.
So, what's going on? MLR?
Well, first, I would like to give a extra special shout out to the guy who decided that it was a good idea to break into Tim Kennedy's house.
Ooh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. Yeah, some guy in Texas, obviously, because that's where Tim Kennedy lives, decided to break into Tim Kennedy's house. In
That's
case
a
you
bad
guys
dude.
don't know who Tim Kennedy is, been living under a rock, he was for many years a top 25 UFC fighter, as well as a member of the 9th and later 17th Special Forces Group.
Yeah, he's actually a recruiter for the Army right now.
Yeah,
Actually, I think he's a Special Forces recruiter.
probably.
I think he's a Special Forces recruiter.
Well, he's been doing it since before, or
He was in
right
the
after
US.
9/11.
9/11. Yeah.
But yeah, and he also teaches a class called Sheepdog Response, which basically teaches people how to hurt people who are trying to hurt them. So
That's
Tim
the perfect-
Kennedy, I mean, he's been training his entire adult life for this exact situation.
Yeah, that's probably a really good person to break into their house. So yeah.
Right. I mean, Tim Kennedy is if a velociraptor was a real person.
Shout out Tim Kennedy. Come talk to us. We want to talk to you.
Absolutely.
I would love to talk to Tim Kennedy. He killed it in the UFC too.
He did.
Yeah.
Man.
Mm.
I read that. I was like, really?
It's crazy.
Damn.
Oh, poor souls breaking in there. All right, man.
All right.
Damn.
So we also have week 9 of the MLR. The first match was the Utah Warriors and Houston SaberCats. Houston picked up their second win of the season. So go Houston.
Yeah.
They beat
What's up, Dennis?
They beat the Utah Warriors. What's going on, Dennis? 29-27. Houston took an early lead, 14-0, and Utah fought back and tied the match at 20 going into the half. But Houston's fly half, who he did all the kicking, was perfect. So
he didn't miss a penalty kick. He didn't miss.
Yeah,
killer.
He hit all 5 of the penalty kicks and both conversions.
Nice.
So
that's a good day.
Yeah, that's a super good day. And that also made him the highest point earner on the team.
Would you call that a scorer?
Sure.
I don't know. Most scoring person on the team?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Scoring leader?
I like that. Okay. All right, we'll go with that. Scoring leader.
Sure, why not? The next match was the Austin Elite versus Nola Gold. Austin still hasn't won a game match this entire season, but you wouldn't know it by watching them in this match. It took the Nola Gold until the 79th minute, and there's only 80 minutes in the game, to score the winning try.
Woohoo!
So their record really doesn't reflect how much
good of a team they are.
Yeah, how much they've improved and how good they are.
Damn.
So
I did not see that.
But Nola did score 5 tries from 5 different players, and more importantly than the win, they also picked up, I think it was 4 team points for the standings.
Okay. That's really good for them.
Yeah. Not that they really need any more. But
Yeah, they're super in the lead right now.
yeah, by quite a bit. And then the Glendale Raptors faced off against Rugby United New York. And Rugby United wins 31-19.
That's crucial.
Yeah. And it's even more of a kind of a sticking point, or exclamation point, I mean, that New York's only loss came to the Seawolves, and Glendale is the other half of last year's rugby championship in the MLR, and they beat them
Pretty
easily.
pretty significantly.
So,
Ooh!
New York ain't no joke.
Yeah, they actually passed the Seawolves in the standings.
They did.
Oh.
Actually, the Seawolves passed them. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But, so at the end of week 9, the rugby standings look something, well, they look like this. Number 1.
They look like something.
They do look like something. Number 1, Nola Gold. Number 2, Rugby United New York. Number 3, the Seattle Seawolves. Number 4, the Glendale Raptors. Number 5, the San Diego Legion. Number 6, the Toronto Arrows. 7, the Houston SaberCats. 8, the Utah Warriors. And 9, Austin Elite.
Okay. Man, I'm waiting for Austin to pull up some points, man.
Yeah, I think they're the only team that doesn't have a win yet.
Yeah.
But it could be any time, because they actually are playing some pretty good rugby, and they've lost close matches.
They're not getting significantly blown out. Is really
the first couple weeks were kind of rough for them, but they have been improving every week.
Sorry, trying to do something here.
Good.
So yeah, other than the Seawolves getting surpassed, because they were
number 2
last week, and now
they
3.
also didn't play this week.
That's true. Also,
So
I think their next match
is this Saturday.
Yeah, it was on the 31st. Which is Sunday.
Oh, well, the schedule I have says something different, but
I'm just looking at MLR.com.
well, this is probably the updated version or whatever, so that's
I'm
probably
sure
much more accurate.
Oh, there we are. There was a lot of wrestling. I had it put on my DVR, but I never got down to it.
Oh, okay.
I know you watched it.
I did. I watched on Friday and Saturday the semi-and finals. Penn State picks up the 2019 team championship. That's their 8th championship in 9 years. with the only one being, I think they lost to Ohio State, or it was either Ohio State or Nebraska in 2016.
Those two teams are full of corn-fed dudes, man. It wouldn't surprise me if it was either or.
Yeah, and there's only a handful of schools that still have a wrestling team.
That's true, too.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But they win resoundingly. They win by 41 points over the second place team, which was Ohio State.
Wow. That's huge.
Yes. Two seniors, Jason Nolf and Bo Nickel, win their third national championships, individual national championships.
Different weight classes.
Yes.
Yep.
Jason Nolf at 157 pounds and Bo Nickel at 197 pounds.
Woo!
And he's actually wrestling, not up, he gained weight to wrestle in a different weight class this year. So he's actually won championships in 2 weight classes.
Dang. I like it. Okay.
Makai Lewis wins the national championship as a freshman, and he also becomes Virginia Tech's first individual championship in school history.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So
No, and a freshman?
and he crushed it. He wrestled a great match. It was amazing. His awareness of where he was on the mat and being able to, at one point, he literally dragged the guy back in bounds because he was trying to get out so he could stand up and go towards the middle. And he's like, nope.
Jeez. That's dominating.
It was. And the guy that he was wrestling was really good. I think he was ranked number 2. I don't remember his name though. But I'm not gonna say that because I don't remember what school he wrestled for either.
Shout out freshman.
Yeah. So that's good for him. Zahid Valencia from ASU also won his second straight national championship.
Those Sun Devils, man.
Yeah, I think he was the only wrestler for ASU that made it to the championship round.
That's crazy.
And then, because in the finals, out of all the weight classes, I believe 10 of the people wrestling for the championship, it was their first time wrestling for a championship.
Okay.
So as many people, because I think for Penn State there was 3 wrestlers that were trying to go for their third national championship, and 2 of them made it. So there were a lot of repeats, but there were a lot of people who were new to that stage. So that was pretty entertaining to watch. Rutgers also had a moment in history. They entered 2019 without an individual national title, or a national title at all. A team won either. And they ended up with 2 at the end of this.
I like it.
So Nick Suriano at 133, he was the first ever Rutgers individual national champion, because they started with heavyweights and went back down. And Anthony Ashnot at 149 pounds is also a national championship.
Bringing it home for Rutgers.
Yeah.
I like it.
So that was really cool to see.
Bringing it home. Nice.
And also University of Northern Iowa got their first
national title?
Yeah, their first national title in 20 years. So they'd had one before, but it had been quite a while.
Okay. Sorry, I've been yawning a lot today. Okay. So what you got for baseball?
Well, I got Steven Souza Jr. after awkwardly stepping on home plate in a 6-3 loss to the White Sox on Monday, is going to have to undergo a season-ending surgery.
Oh,
Yeah, he blew his knee up. So the surgery is to repair ACL, LCL, and a partial PCL tear, and posterior lateral capsule tear in his left knee.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through exactly where all of those things are, but basically it's going to end up being a full reconstruction of the ligaments in his knee.
His knee blew up.
Yeah. I mean, that grenaded. That was terrible. That's an awful injury. And what's even worse is that he missed most of last year.
With a knee injury?
Just due to various injuries. He only played 72 games last year.
That's rough.
Yeah. So that...
Do you know how old he is?
I do not know how old he is. And then my last thing is Jacob deGrom. He was a 9th-round pick, and he won the Cy Young and became a postseason star for the Mets.
Okay.
And they've decided that he's worth their 5th highest contract in franchise history. So they signed him for 5 years for $137.5 million.
Damn, okay. All right. I like it.
So, good for him.
Am I reading this correctly, that the Mariners are playing right meow?
Yes, they're playing the Red Sox right now.
Ooh, go Mariners. I want to look at the score.
Go both teams equally.
No, you don't get to say that.
Go Red Sox.
Oh,
You can't jerk me around for 20 years and then be like, go Mariners.
Yeah, you can. If you're a Mariners fan, that's what you get.
Hey, I woke up at 3:30 to watch them play the Astros or the Athletics. So
it doesn't appear that it's on right now.
Well,
it starts tomorrow. Game? It starts tomorrow.
I thought they were playing today too.
I thought they were playing today too, but it looks like they're playing tomorrow.
Oh, perfect. Then I don't have to waste my time with this. I can watch baseball tomorrow.
I'm so glad this is a waste of your time.
It's not. I love doing this.
Yeah, okay. So that matchup is set tomorrow with Chris Sale getting the start and Marco Gonzalez getting his second start of the season, which I think he looked great in game 1.
I did too.
I look forward to that. I'm going to be watching that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Go M's. So, I also am reading right now that the Athletics have acquired Kendrys Morales from the Blue Jays, former Kansas City Royal. It appears in the cash from Toronto in the exchange for minor league infielder Jesus Lopez and international slot money to make room for Major League 40-man roster. Right-handed pitcher Gerald Cotton has been transferred to a 60-day injury. So that just came out. So Kendrys Morales is officially an Oakland Athletic. Quiet in here. I know, man. That's what I'm saying. Where's everybody at today?
I know. Are they surprised that we're doing it at 5:30 on Wednesday?
Yeah. Well, I guess it is what it is, huh?
That means you just got to make some noise, Dennis.
Make some noise. I don't really have too much in the way of MLB news other than what just came out. If you don't know, you can do Beat the Streak. I like doing that. Beat the Streak is a little app on your phone where you pick a bunch of players every game. You get to pick a max of 2 of them. And if you guess 56 or more than 56 straight in a row, you get, what's the number at this year? $5.6 million.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's a fun little thing, but it's really hard to do. Yeah, Kendrys Morales is a good pickup for the A's. Kind of disappointed that he's going to the A's because that's going to make it a little bit harder against the Athletics. I'm excited for the Mariners this year, man.
I am too, especially after watching those 2 games from Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, especially that last one. Oh, man. That was a great baseball game.
Dude, it really was. Yo, I like that the Mariners are putting in some runs, man.
Yeah, they're putting in runs, and
really, the pitching staff looks
it looks good.
It looks good.
I hate to say it this early.
Kikuchi was very surprising to me.
Yeah, Kikuchi and Gonzalez. And I
know Gonzalez has put in a lot of off-season work, so.
Yeah, I mean, maybe all this talk, we were going through the fall when we're like, oh, what are the Mariners doing? They're screwing up. They're
well,
doing
you know
this,
what?
they're doing that.
You know what's awesome is when the season ended, you and I ranted and raved about how they needed to trade all these big name guys.
Yeah, and I think
they
that
did.
was a good call.
It was great for them. I don't like that their projection for the playoff run or a World Series run is 2020 is what they're talking about. I feel like
away, baby.
I think it might be a good playoff run this year. Speaking early, the Mariners do always crap the bed at the end of the season.
End of the season? You mean right before the All-Star break?
Yeah. Did you draw that bat winner yet? No. So I've had a crazy week. I ended up getting a puppy. My son got sick. And you know they're going to crush you in the end. You're right, Ben. It's true. My son got sick, so we're going to actually we were going to do it today, but I didn't write down the names for the bat yet because I just didn't have time. I didn't have time to write content for the show like I normally do. We have some stuff. So, I mean, it was just a rough week for me, but we will get to the bat as soon as possible. I've been getting tons and tons of messages, and I want to do it live specifically for the fact that I want everybody to see that this is the fair way that we're doing it for everybody. Because I got some questions about the last time I did it, and I don't want that to happen again. They really do crap the bed at the All-Star break, though. Ben's right. They do always crush me in the end. Yo, I thought they were going to make a playoff spot last year, and oh, man.
Well, I mean, and for the past 5 years, it just seems like they can't get on the same page, whether you either have
really good hitting
and terrible pitching or
really good pitching
and terrible hitting.
Yeah. I like this young core of kids.
I do too, and I think that they got them for a good price. I think they're right in the age group where you can develop them, and also you can also develop players that maybe you think that might be okay for a year or two, but also develop them into some trade value too for somebody else.
Yeah,
whatever. I think clearing out a bunch of lockers at the end of last season was the right move. And I have believed that since the All-Star break last year. I was like,
I don't want to see
the Mariners are sellers.
I don't want to see the guys.
Well, not now, but then.
I don't want to see the guys do as well as they did last year and then fall short, and then us try to be like hanging on to what could have been.
Yeah, but I think
Just move forward.
I think that you have a little bit more hope, even if that happens this year. I think you still have a little bit more hope for next season
For development.
because these are still very young players. I mean, a lot of these guys are 22, 21, 23 years old. I think one of the oldest pickups they got in the offseason this year was a guy
Jay
who's,
Bruce.
yeah, and I think he's 28, 27.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a little bit.
Yeah, but he's been in the league, but he's still, when you look at the most useful years on average for a baseball player, it's between 26 and 32.
Jay Bruce is 31.
Oh, wow. I thought
Yeah,
he
Jay
was a little
Bruce.
younger than
Jay
that.
Bruce is 31, and let's see how long he's been in the league here. Since 2008.
Okay, but still, you also do need a guy like that who's been around.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They don't really have. They have Felix Hernandez. I think is the maybe other than Jay
who's
Bruce.
Never been in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know if Jay Bruce has been in the playoffs. Or
Well,
not. I can't co-sign that statement though. I wouldn't doubt it. He's played for the Mets and he's played for the Cincinnati Reds. I feel like since 2008, both of those teams have been in the playoffs.
Yeah, but if he was on the team, I don't know that information off the top of my head. But
I mean, he's been Silver Slugger twice. Yeah, I'm on board with it. I like it. I don't dislike Jay Bruce.
no,
I don't have anything
and
bad
you
to say
do need
about
a guy who's
that
even if
veteran
he-
presence.
yeah, even if he hasn't necessarily been there, he can at least. I don't want to say fake it till you make it, but kinda. He's been there and done that and seen more. So
Dennis, guys, I have an auction to get back to. Hey, no worries, man. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. Ben says, with all the rule changes, I think they should do away with batters wearing the armor at the plate.
I'm actually
He's talking
okay
about
with
like
that.
the helmet? Just the helmet?
No, I think he's talking about like all the other pads and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I could see that. I mean, realistically, I think you really only need a helmet and a cup.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that league required or is that up to player discretion. I don't.
I don't know. There's a lot of times where I feel like I've seen batters at the plate without shin guards.
Yeah, but if you're moving towards player safety, I mean, those rules or proposed rules or whatever, they were aimed more at speeding up the game rather than necessarily player safety.
Okay.
I would just hate to see, let's just say, for instance, if the Mariners actually, by some miracle, start doing good and whatever.
What are you talking about? They're on pace for 162-0.
Yeah, or 2 and 160.
Hey, that's the negative in you talking.
That's the realism as being a Seattle fan. But it would just be, I would be so mad if the Mariners are finally doing well and then their best batter breaks his ankle
because he got hit by a pitch or
because
something.
he got hit by a pitch or because it went off the dirt, some weird bounce or an awkward bunt or a foul ball or whatever. Now I don't have that guy.
Right. I agree with that.
So
I'm kind of on the fence about that one.
I agree. I mean, just let him play, but I think if he made it up to or left it up to player discretion.
Player discretion's always my preference, honestly. I'm taking a look at trade talk here real quick. I'm not really seeing anything that pops at me. So we're set to see the Mariners play the Red Sox this weekend.
Oh, you're going?
No, I'm just saying it's happening.
Right.
So I know the season's officially started, but this is like the start of the season. Really. Are you making another bet with Ben about the Red Sox?
Oh, Jay. That was Jay.
It was Jay? Oh, okay. My bad. Are you doing that again?
We haven't talked about it.
Mm. Is this Jay the same one that was all about the Rams too?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Mm.
Yeah, he's a big Cubs fan.
How are you a Cubs fan and...
I don't know. I don't know. But he is, so whatever.
Okay. All right. You know what? Okay. It is what it is. Yo, shout out Jeff's Basement. Go check out Jeff's Basement.
I watched your episode of Jeff's Basement.
Yeah, we got real sassy.
Yeah, you did. Until like the 40th minute and the sound cut out.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't in charge of that.
Yeah. Shout out to whoever is.
It was pretty fun. I had a good time.
It was fun to watch.
I bet. If you didn't know, fun little fact of the day. Today on March 27th, 2019, a boxing title
1942.
fight. No, today is 2019, but in 1942,
okay.
The boxing title fight between Joe Louis and Abe Simon happened, and Joe Louis knocked out Abe Simon in 6 rounds to retain the heavyweight boxing title. Fun little fact for you. I think that'd be a good little...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing that. I like that. On today's date, we'll call it. You ever heard of that guy?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at deaths here. See,
well, why not?
let's look at deaths. Nobody crazy. I don't care about cricket. Bob Casey, American baseball announcer. I've never heard of him. He died in 2005, by the way, born in 1925. So, rest in peace, you.
Yeah, 13 years later, 14 years later. I could do math.
I read online that the AAF is talking about folding already.
What's up, Zach?
Oh, Zach. Oh, what's up? Yeah, the AAF is already talking about folding. They're talking about how they're not making... I don't remember exactly how it went down, but they need the NFL's Player Association to back them for younger development in football players. And the Players Association is not having it because they want the guys who are on the practice squads to get the reps in the NFL instead of getting in the AAF, because if they get hurt in the AAF, then they're useless to the NFL. Fair argument, but I see why you would need the Players Association to back you, to get you some younger players, so that it drives people to watch a little bit more, because these are a bunch of guys that, I mean, clearly the skill level isn't up to par. I like seeing the younger guys get the reps. I like seeing the younger guys do better. I hope the AAF doesn't fall.
Well, and
I'm really rooting for this league, man.
And where are they going to get? I mean, yeah, they're going to get reps in practice, but when you have a
reps
team,
in practice are different than reps on the field.
Exactly. And when you have a guy, let's just take the Seahawks, for example. When you have a quarterback like Russell Wilson who's not going to step out of the game even when there's a 40-point lead or whatever, and he has no business being in the game, if it's not preseason, you're not playing.
Yeah. So why is that backup quarterback going to get some playing time?
Yeah, and how do you expect your backup quarterback to be worth a damn when you need him if he doesn't have any actual on-field experience?
But does that cause for, I don't know if it really counts towards this, but the saying ring rust? If you get all of this experience in the AAF and then get brought up to the NFL and then are sat behind a Tom Brady or a Russell Wilson, do you think the second that you get back on the field, you get that ring rust? How about these bacon wrapped Seattle dogs? Yo, they were hella good. Yeah, I like that. But I think the ring rust is a real thing.
It is a real thing, but also I would take that over a guy who's been, how many teams are sitting on an Aaron Rodgers behind a Brett Favre?
How much do you know about Kyler Murray? Little to none.
Much.
Okay, so he's supposed to be like the number one quarterback going into the draft.
Right.
You know that much, right?
Yeah.
So
because
let's say
it's a big thing between the NFL and the MLB.
So let's say Kyler Murray ends up going to the AAF to get some reps.
Okay.
And let's say a team is looking at him and they say, hey, why don't you go play in the AAF for a little bit, get some reps. And he ends up tearing his ACL and he's never that number one draft pick ever again, that number one quarterback, that guy that's supposed to be the face of your franchise. What then?
Well, on a rookie contract, I mean, you're only looking at, $500,000 a year anyway, if you're starting?
Well, if you're doing that, the minimum or the actual contract for the AAF is $250,000.
That's what I'm saying. Well, what's the difference? I mean, you can go out there as a rookie and you're getting paid, maybe for a Titans or a Jacksonville, you're getting paid $400,000, and you go out there and you take one snap and some big dude like a Ndamukong Suh rolls over your ankle and you can't move around ever again.
Yeah.
Or at least like you were when you were drafted. So, not that you can't come back from that or be a pocket passer, but I feel like the league is evolving into more, you need to have a less strong offensive line and need to have an elusive quarterback rather than a guy like a Tom Brady who just, can stand there and throw accurately for long, short, medium distances.
So are you backing the Players Association's
No,
standpoint?
I like the idea of getting actual reps in games for these younger players.
So do I.
And also, probably more importantly, or equally as importantly, is getting film. So if whoever it is, the Browns, are interested in this guy, but they're not quite sure, and then he plays for a season or two in the AAF, they get film on him, and they're like, no, we're good. But a Dallas is like, yeah, we'll take him.
Right.
We see what we like.
Right.
Absolutely. I think that's good for the players, and I think that's good for the NFL, and I think it's
so
good
too.
for the AAF.
I see the Players Association's argument, though, and I feel like it is valid.
Well, and I think also their big sticking point is not necessarily with quarterbacks, but when you know
anybody,
when you know that a running back is only going to have
X amount of
Yeah,
years.
I
mean, they're the shortest shelf life
if
in
if they're
the game.
lucky, they play 8 good seasons
Yeah,
and lucky,
yeah.
and you're going to burn up 2-3 of them in the AAF.
Robotics, back it up, Eric. Slow motion. Yeah, I'm totally on board with that, man. I like the idea of people getting film on players just so that they have something to, look at and discuss on whether or not it is good for that specific team.
Yeah. And also, I guess the other thing that I could see that the Players Association will have a problem with is, do you really want to go down the baseball route with football? And by that, I mean
With a AAA
system. Where it takes you 4 or 5, 6 years to get into the NFL.
That would essentially be what it becomes.
And while all of that's going on, I mean, you could stagger the seasons so you're not in direct competition, but you might also be fighting a little bit for viewers simply because you have 16 weeks of NFL, and then you drag it into, you have a little break and then more football, and then maybe another break, and then you have AA or whatever.
Right.
How much football are people going to watch?
I think
sitting here right now, I would say as much as you put out.
Yeah.
But
I think
actually give it a season or 2 or 3. I think you might see the viewership drop.
For the NFL in general, just because of the AAF, or the AAF drop?
I mean, it could, they're going to look at it as a whole thing, because if they're in association with each other, I mean, they're like, let's get the most money out of all of this.
Right.
So I think both the AAF or XFL or whatever would fill that gap. You would see a drop in viewership for either the NFL, XFL, whatever, and all of that would reflect, and they would be, in their minds, losing money, and it wouldn't be, I don't think so.
Shout out Eric. I don't even know what this guy's talking about anymore.
Go home, Jeff.
You're drunk. So the AAF is talking about they might fold, and I hope that's not the case, man. I really don't want to see that happen.
I'd like to say that, but yet I have yet to watch an AAF match game. So
Boston clinched in the NHL. Winnipeg, Nashville, Calgary, and San Jose. I think San Jose and Calgary were already clinched. Nashville and Winnipeg were not last time we talked, I think. But the playoff spots are getting tight.
What about the Devils?
The Devils are
second to last, third to last.
Yep, third to last in the Eastern, in that wild card race. So
I just like Seinfeld, so
shout out New Jersey Devils.
We're the Devils. And Diablo.
Shout out the only viewer, Jeff. That's true. Yeah, I don't know what's going on today, but is what it is. Where's my boy Devin? Yeah, so the playoff race is getting close. It's getting tight, and I'm looking forward to some NHL hockey playoffs. Looking forward to that. NBA, Milwaukee, Toronto, Philadelphia, Indiana, and Boston for the Eastern Conference are all locked in. The Nets, the Pistons, and the Magic are next, sitting in that 6th, 7th, 8th seed right now. In the Western Conference, the Clippers finally are in there in 5. Rockets at 4, Blazers at 3, Nuggets at 2, and the Warriors are at 1.
Is that a smudge? Oh, never mind. It's 6 anyway.
Officially out of the playoffs are the Atlanta Hawks, the Chicago Bulls, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the New York Knicks. Officially out in the West are the Timberwolves, the Lakers, the Pelicans, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks, and the Suns. I think our boy Dirk Nowitzki is going to be retiring this year, so thanks for a phenomenal career.
Yeah, we've known about that for a bit now, and
I've always loved watching that guy play. He's
me too. And
that
and
one leg fadeaway, dude.
Oh man,
Beast.
and a boo to Dwayne Wade for also announcing his retirement.
Yeah. I think that guy's got a couple more years, but
I think he could, and
I think he wants
should.
I think he just wants to leave on his terms.
I like that. I mean, I respect that, but I mean, as soon as he announces a retirement, they're like, Dirk who? And
Fair enough.
that irritated me a little bit. But.
I did like seeing Dirk beat LeBron and D Wade.
Yes.
Fall back like your hairline, LeBron.
And guess who's not going to the playoffs this year?
Yeah. I think they're officially eliminated. Yeah,
Oh, that's
they
what he
are.
said, yep.
Yep. Bada boom. Yo, we need to break out the champagne, dude.
I'm about to break out the black tar.
Let's
We're gonna get real weird with it.
get weird. I like it. I like LeBron as a dude. I don't like him on the field of basketball. I don't like his antics.
I actually have zero problem with LeBron as a dude or on the field. It's all the a-holes that are like, he's better than MJ. It's like he's not better than Kobe.
I think there's
Get
a lot of
outta
players.
here
I
with
think
that.
there's a lot of players that are better than LeBron, but
But right now, I could see a strong case for that.
I think there's I think Kevin Durant and I think Giannis are better basketball players than LeBron James is right now. And I could have that argument with anybody. We could talk about that if you guys want to talk about that someday, but I think LeBron is too focused on being a producer for the Shop or whatever that show is, and he's filming Space Jam and all this.
What?
Yeah, dude, they're making Space Jam 2 with LeBron James. This is why I don't like the guy, because
Yeah, it just sounds like he's just trying to.
I'm trying to be like Mike.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out, little Bow Wow.
Shout out Mike, bro. Come talk to us. That needs to be a thing, dude.
That wouldn't be anything.
We need to start saying, "Come talk to us."
That would just be you and me being like,
Yeah, I'd bring my A game. Dude.
And then-
Not that I don't
and then-
bring my A game every time.
and then
but-
Jordan would be like, "Are you guys there?
Yeah, right.
Hello? All right, wrong number, I guess." And be like, "Well, we killed it. We just talked to MJ."
Oh my god. Yeah, I'd probably wet myself. But yeah, come talk to us.
I'd cream my panties.
Come talk to us. Any athlete, come talk to us. I want to talk to Tim Tebow.
Man, I did watch. I think it was last MLB season. I watched a little documentary about Tim Tebow in AAA, and he's crushing it, man.
Yeah, dude.
He's doing good. So
Yeah, he is killing it. Um,
Hey, good for him.
I got so much. I'm gonna do a March Madness episode separately, man.
Just do a little bit right now.
Okay.
Just what has hit you in the last week?
The New Mexico versus. Let me find it. New Mexico versus. See, I can't even tell you who they played. New Mexico versus Auburn. Close game. It was a nail biter. AJ Harris gets an open layup to tie it real late in the game with a couple seconds left. Auburn's killing it. Auburn's the number 5 seed. New Mexico State's the 12 seed. They're destroying New Mexico. New Mexico comes back. They tie it up late in the game. And then Terrell Brown with 11 seconds left cost New Mexico a spot in the second round because he fouled, and they ended up getting those 2 points Auburn needed to get that pass. New Mexico got the ball back, but as soon as they got it inbound to get the shot, they were on their side of the court, and he threw it up, and it was an air ball, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
That's brutal.
It was rough. I didn't write about it, but in the second round, Duke almost lost, but Taco fouled out. So that was a huge, huge deal. Duke almost lost to like an 11th seed or I think it was a 4 seed. Something like that. I can't even remember what seed it was. So this is why I don't want to talk about it, because I'm not, unless I have it written down, I sound like an asshole when I'm talking about it. But Duke almost lost. I was really excited about that.
What about that Washington game, the UW game?
They got destroyed. Did you see that? They got
they did.
They got destroyed. Oregon made it in to the Sweet 16.
Nice.
On the 12 seed. They're the highest seed left in the Sweet 16.
How's Gonzaga doing?
Gonzaga's anybody they've played, they've been smashing on. They play Florida State for the rematch, where Florida State upset Gonzaga last year. LSU, I had them losing in game 1, and they surprisingly have pulled it out. Auburn, the 5th seeds, facing North Carolina. We basically are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds, except for Auburn and I think Oregon. Yeah. Anybody who is a 1, 2, 3.
Number 12?
Oregon was 12, and they're in the Sweet
Holy
16.
Crap.
They've been on a tear, dog.
Good for Oregon.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm kind of rooting for them. I have Gonzaga winning all of my brackets except for 1 or 2 of them, where I picked Duke just for the fun of it, just because, they're the favorites. And I don't want all my brackets to be wrong. But I have Gonzaga or Oregon losing this one against Virginia, because Virginia has been playing like crap though the last couple games. Like I think they almost lost in the round of 32. They came really close to losing against actually I think it was the game 1. It was game 1 they almost lost. But I think towards the end they really just kind of blew by and skated by. Yeah, this one was close. New Mexico State versus Auburn. They lost by 1 point. 1 point. What else was really crazy? Oh, Kansas got upset by Northeastern. Or not Northeastern. Kansas lost in the round of 32 to was it Oregon? Who did Kansas lose to? See, this is why I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, we can stop.
So I'm not 100% sure.
I wish I could help you, but I haven't been watching March Madness.
They lost to Auburn. That's why Auburn's in. I should have known that. Yep. Shout Talking Interference Sports. I like it. Yep. So I'm gonna do a separate episode. Eric, hasn't watched really any basketball, so I want to talk about basketball. And the games start again tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, they start tomorrow. But they don't start until 4 o'clock our time. So or it might even be 3 or 1 o'clock our time. I need to see what time that is. But I'm gonna be watching, and I'm gonna do a round 1 and round of 32 episode where I just talk about the recaps of what happened and how exciting it was. It's an awesome tournament. You should watch some of it. Check some of it out. You don't have to, obviously. I mean, I'm not, not going to come over here with a shotgun and make you do it.
Like I said, man, I used to really love basketball. The last couple of years, I don't know. It's lost some of its luster for me, and I just can't get into it as much as I want to. And I start watching the game, and then by the end of the first period, I'm like, yeah, I love Lucy's on.
There's halves in the college basketball, so I mean, just watch 20 minutes of one half and then 20 minutes of the second half, and really the second half is where it gets real exciting. So
yeah,
but it is what it is. I understand.
I think for me, a lot of it is also it's the same thing with college football. Is I don't have a dog in that fight, so
I root for any team from Washington. If Wazoo was in the damn tournament, I'd root for Wazoo. Sounds like people are upstairs.
Oh, yeah. They're gonna wish they weren't.
Oh, so I don't really have too much else to bring to the table today.
No, and I don't want to ramble on. So
if you got tickets to an event that you're going to, go to SeatGeek.com, SeatGeek.com. Use promo code GCSN and get $20 off your purchase of those tickets. Go to Tabby's Coffee, get some coffee. They're located in Everett, Washington. And tell them Talk Interference Sports sent you. They will hook you some discounted coffee up. We are going to do the bat giveaway
on Sunday.
Do you want to do Sunday?
Yeah, because I'm working on my truck. On
okay, so Sunday we'll do a live video for it, and we'll announce who won. We're going to do a live video for it. It's been a busy week for me. I'm sure it's been a busy week for Eric as well.
It has.
So, again, I apologize, guys. Life happens.
Don't worry. Next week will be better.
Somebody's going to win the bat, I promise. We will get it out to you. We got the pictures to give away as well. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do another video for the pictures and different rules and different stipulations for them. So I think this one will be given away on the Game Changer Sports Network. So a Cam Chancellor photo will be given away on Game Changer Sports Network.
So go like them.
Go like that page. Check them out. If you're not watching on that channel, because I put this up on YouTube, we're live here and we're live over here. So
so you hear that, Zach?
Zach,
like the Game Changer Sports Network
and start watching us on there.
Start watching us there, and we'll tell you how to win that Cam Chancellor photo.
And on Twitch. And if you guys aren't watching us on Twitch as well, I run reruns of our show on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Richter Shoe, RICTORSHOUE. If you want to watch old videos of us talking like fools,
you do not.
They will be rerun all the time on Richter Shoe or twitch.tv/Richter Shoe. Except for Tyrannus.
God damn it.
Hey, yo, go Chiefs,
hey,
Gary.
Gary.
I like it. Showed up late. We're out of here, dude.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
See you Sunday.
See you Sunday for the video. Free Pete Rose bat.